and then you stay there for 2 hours.
I'm just listening to your husband right now.
Oh my God, can you hear him? Let me shut the door. I didn't realize you could actually hear that. Oh my God, sorry.
Honestly, no, I didn't realize it either until we started recording and it got real quiet. And then I was like, oh, is that in here or is that on the other side of this broadcast?
Look, I was like waiting for you to do your little hand clap, but you didn't do that.
I know.
Like, okay.
And before we started recording, you were telling me Rocket is now on antidepressants, right?
Anti-anxiety. This one right here.
Anti-anxiety. Yes, there he is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because you were saying that he's your emotional support dog who is now on anti-anxiety meds.
Yeah, I know.
Which that's fine. You know why? Because my dog Thor, the worst emotional support dog that has ever lived. Like,
oh no.
Don't get me wrong. Yes, he likes to sit on my lap and he likes to lay next to me and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But only when I'm in a fine mood. As soon as anything goes wrong, if I'm sad, if I'm angry, anything, honestly, if I'm just tired sometimes, he's like, nope, I'm going in the other room, Dad.
He's like, you know what? I don't like your mood right now. I'm going to just go hang out by myself.
Exactly.
God.
Welcome to a conversation with Judy and Ryan right here on YouTube at takeabreathpod. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We could really use the help. You know, we're stuck at 63. I personally would like to, at some point, maybe hit triple digits. Let's set a goal, okay? Let's set a goal. Let's get 2 3/4 likes and 4.5 subscribers by the end of summer, okay? Let's set a goal.
Okay.
Remember, it's summertime. You're driving around with your windows down anyway, okay? So remember to just tell everyone, listen to a conversation with Judy and Ryan, and then you just drive off, okay?
I'm sorry. To it. You said it's summer and you're driving with your window down. Who's doing that in this weather, Ryan?
Poor people. I don't have thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on gasoline, okay? I will sweat.
You're telling me you're sweating in 110-degree weather in your car?
So honestly, I'll be honest with you about that. I 1000% did. The only thing that stops me from continuing to do it is that my drive home now is about 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And so my phone will overheat during the drive home. So it makes it, and it shuts it down. So
yeah,
that's the only reason that I stopped driving with the windows down and just dealing with the sweat on the way home. On the way to work, it gets to like 90 at times, but it's morning heat. Like, I don't know, it hits different, I guess.
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, interesting.
But yeah, no, I was a sweaty little bitch when I was working at other places that were closer to my house. Because not spending the money on the gas, getting an extra day and a half, 2 days out of that tank really can help sometimes. At least mentally.
You're right.
Oh, man. All right.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you guys because we got distracted by talking about driving around with no windows.
So wild to me still.
If you want to support the show, obviously like, share, subscribing is always great. But if you want to do a little extra, you can join our Patreon. $5 a month gets you put onto the ticker team. We have a new member. Judy finally figured out how Patreon worked. I got the email the other day. She's back in, baby.
Like officially.
Officially.
And the fact is, I had to like recreate another account. I felt like your mom. Okay, no offense, Carol. We know we love you and your extra accounts, but like I couldn't figure out with my original account. I go, this is stupid. Let me just sign out and sign in with something else because I don't know what's happening here.
I get it. Yeah. That's literally what happened to my mom. At first, I thought she just didn't understand technology, but now, like, I get it. Mom, my bad.
Yeah.
As we like to start off the show, it's time to
get in the comments.
Oh, man. This week's comment is referencing last week's Am I Overreacting, where we talked about the wife who asked if she could bring her work friend on a family trip.
Her work husband
on a family trip. Gamer nerd. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I always want to say nerd in the middle because my fucking dyslexia. Wait, maybe it is Game Nerd TE.
Yeah, it's Game Nerd. But you said Gamer Nerd.
Oh, yeah, because still dyslexia. Okay, Game Nerd TE1. I don't think they are overreacting. That is such a weird thing to ask about for a family vacation. Like, how you gonna explain to people why is another dude in a picture with your wife on your trip to Disneyland? Well, Gamer Nerd, let me tell you something.
Game Nerd. I love that you keep calling him Gamer Nerd.
Shit. Look, Deontay, okay?
Poor guy. He's just trying to leave comments, and here you are, messing up his username.
Not knowing how to read. God. Honestly, like, I think I have like a very, very low level of dyslexia.
It's okay. It happens to me too. That. No, I get. Yeah, like, it happens to me too.
It's not the thing where like I see things and it turns into different shapes or whatever, and I just go, I'm scared. It's just like
the letter gets put. Yeah.
And it happened, and it's like the thing that sucks about it though, and if you deal with it, you can get this, right? The thing that sucks about it is that it doesn't happen often enough to do anything other than make you look stupid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no, I get it.
You look smart and competent 95% of the time, and then this fucking letter comes along, and it's just like, you idiot.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, Game Nerd. Obviously, if somebody first, why are we showing these family pictures to people, right? Like,
yeah. Why would the dude even want to be in these photos? I would think he'd be the one taking the photos for the family. I don't think he'd want to be in it.
Right, but you know the wife is gonna be like, no, you're part of it. Yeah. We'll just ask this lady who has a fucking turkey leg in her hand. Hands you back the phone all covered in grease, dumbass. But no, it is like that. That's what I was. When I was picturing it. Sorry, I wasn't picturing a family trip to like Disneyland or something. I was thinking more of like a weekend at the lake. So that does add a little extra zest to to the whole thing. Like I still think that unless she is just, brass balls, like I said, unless it's that still nothing's going on. But yeah, no, fair enough. That would be weird having to explain, like even if you're in line getting food or something, you're like, oh, yeah. You guys, are you one of those poly couples? Oh my God.
Right, it's so progressive of you. Wow, 2 dads. Good for you, woman.
So Judy, you know how I love my medicine, right? It's something that keeps me balanced. And to be fair, not everyone can handle being on it, especially to the degree that I am, right? I had this whole thing. Maybe I did take too much medicine because I had this whole thing about how it was going to relate into addiction and how that was going to move into what we were going to talk about. And now I just want to get to what we were talking about. I'm bored with what I was saying already.
I was like, wait, where are you going with this story?
Right. But I found this video. My point is I found this video of this lady who got a facelift. And it made me instantly realize why people could get addicted to plastic surgery. Okay? So let me pull this up for you, okay? I don't want comments. All right. So, okay, so I'm not gonna actually. Oh God, no! I'm stuck in here. I'm stuck. Oh, here we go. All right, so I'm not going to actually play the video. Like, I'm just gonna show you the lady right here. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. So this is her before, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's her before, and then she's going to Guadalajara, which just makes me sad on so many levels. That, and look, unless the person she was going to see is considered the best facelift surgeon in the world. Then, you know, I feel bad that she had to go all the way to Guadalajara. But anyway, so this is her before, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then, oh, gosh, that's a bad spot to Okay, here, we'll just... See, and that's her after. That's 3 weeks post-op.
That's crazy.
Right? She looks legitimately 20 years younger.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when I realized that the reason people can get addicted to this stuff is because the first one will hit so good that you're now chasing the dragon for just the rest of eternity.
Yeah.
Right? And I never thought of it like that. I mean, maybe I did, but I never realized it anyway, because I always thought, like, even if you got the surgery, something about it wasn't right to you. Like, you were always trying to go for perfection, right? The one thing that always pops in my head is Michael Jackson's nose, how he just kept shaving and shaving and shaving.
Yeah.
But that's how I always looked at it. But now, seeing this lady, I'm just like, I can understand it.
Yeah. And she's like an average, like your average Joe lady. I mean, have you seen Kris Jenner's most recent facelift? Amazing. Whoever her doctor is, kudos to you, bro, because wow, she looks great. Like
we don't talk about those people on this podcast, Judy.
Sorry, I know, but like we're talking about facelifts, and if you need to like see a good facelift.
Opinions and expressions of Clownboy Ryan.
Judy.
No way reflect
Of me,
those
sorry.
Yourself, the
Of Ryan
I get
himself.
it.
and Ryan podcast or parent company Take a Breath Productions. All rights
dare
reserved.
you
Copyright 2020.
compliment those. That's like talking about the team in Cleveland.
Oh, I know it's the worst. I'm just saying though. But look, that lady.
I'm just saying she looks great.
I don't know. I don't know. That's wild. But yeah, you're right though. That's exactly what it is. Even with all those women who get like the BBLs or the breast lifts or what have you, it's like they get that first crack and then can't stop.
Right. And it's a bummer, and it makes sense though, because like that's what people always say about heroin, right? They always say your first hit is the best thing that you will ever experience, and then you are chasing that high for the rest of eternity. So
Yeah.
all
Unfortunate.
right, getting the show started off on a really good note. Oh, you
Love
know
that.
why? Because I was supposed to be our second. I just realized I was supposed to
It
be our second
was.
topic. I completely forgot.
It's okay. Which is why I was like, where's he going with this weed story? I thought, no,
right,
listen.
fair.
When you were talking about the weed story, I thought you were going to go into like comments that Keith left while he was high.
Oh, no.
Because we were still in that realm.
I do. Hey, he didn't text me last night. What the hell? Where's my Friday night high text, Keith? Honey.
We did not do a gummy last night. Sorry, maybe tonight.
Okay. So it's because Judy's ruining your life. I get it. It's not your fault, bud.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry.
So normally, let's just pretend like I started the show again, okay? Normally, Judy, we like to do this thing where we see how crazy she is by having her look at an acronym and seeing how quickly she can get through the whole thing.
Mhm.
Last week, she chef's kiss how good she did. Not only she get a regular acronym, she busted out an emoji one in record time, okay? But this week, she has one for me. So, Judy, before I pull this thing up, is there anything that you want me to know or speak on before I pull it up?
No.
Okay. We're ready. Let's see. White folk. Oh, I love these too. I love the white folks, black folks one. This is all over
they're
my
good.
YouTube show.
Yes.
All right. Oh, I already got it too. White folks. Okay. It's a real man. White folks. Goodness, her boobs are big. Black folks. God damn, she got some big ass titties.
Okay, so that's the funniest thing that Keith walked in here for this one, because I was like, Keith, can you read this one? He's like, I don't understand it.
I've never felt blacker. Thank you, buddy. Thanks, Keith. I appreciate you so much right now.
I got it instantly too. I was like, this is so funny. But yeah.
Right. So really, it when I see those, it's really, I don't see like white people, black people. I see white people, minorities.
Yeah.
Right. Because and even like, or even regular white people, middle class white people, poor people, right? Because everyone in that latter category has someone in their family that will say, God damn, she got some big ass titties.
And you really got to say it with like that accent.
Yes. You gotta say it like an old uncle. You gotta say it like an old, or you gotta say it like Cedric the Entertainer at Barbershop. You gotta.
Oh man, that was so good. If I run into more, I will definitely send them to you for the
show. Please. That was so good. I can't tell. That is the way that people watch Jeopardy. Is the way that I watch those shorts on YouTube.
Some of them are hard though. I won't lie. Some of them, like, these letters just don't look like they belong together.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Sometimes it does feel like it's more of a regional thing or something like that. But, you know. Oh, okay. Judy, now that we've done that, it is time for Am I Overreacting? All right. Oh, did I tell you real quick that did I tell you that my mom asked me if I knew Max Verstappen?
No.
It was the sweetest, most
so cute
question that anyone could have asked. She's like, so do you know this Max guy? And I was like, he makes $50 million a year in base salary from his job. I don't think he's hanging out in the same circles as your deadbeat son, okay? I just don't see that happen. I don't think the guy who is the face of the entire F1 league, or whatever you want to call it, is hanging out with the guy who can't afford standing room only seats at the event where he is performing, okay? Like,
oh man.
Oh my God, I appreciate it. I really do. Oh, I wish. If you want to fly me out to Monaco so I can maybe meet him. Okay. All right. Am I overreacting? Am I overreacting for walking out of a family dinner after my dad mocked my job? I, 28 male, left a high-paying but soul-crushing job in finance 2 years ago. I now work as a high school teacher, and shock of all shocks, I actually like my job. Well, Keith would disagree with you on that.
Right.
It's fulfilling. I sleep at night. I don't feel like I'm decaying inside.
It's still early for you, bro.
Yeah, you just started. Anyway, we had a family dinner last weekend. My dad, 62 male, made his usual, "So when are you going to get back to the real world?" joke. I tried to let it slide. Then he added, "I mean, come on, you're too smart to waste your life babysitting teenagers. That's a job for people who didn't make the cut." I told him to stop, that I enjoyed what I do, and I'm proud of my students. He replied, "Pride doesn't pay the mortgage." So I said, luckily, I don't know why dad is like old school Italian and
Yeah.
kid is a fucking is a waspy wasp, but whatever. I said, luckily, I could still afford to be here without your approval, and left early. Now my mom says I embarrassed him in front of the family and should have just laughed it off. I'm tired of being the joke because I chose happiness over a paycheck. Am I overreacting?
Oh, bro. I think he's rightfully acting, because I wouldn't stand for that either, honestly. Like, you're just talking down on your son for what? To make yourself feel better? Like, I don't, like, why is the dad even doing this in the first place?
So
You should be happy your son has a job.
That's true. That is true.
Come on.
And it shouldn't be that big of a deal because, like the son said, I'm able to pay all my bills or whatever, right? Now,
Right.
Maybe he's able to do it because he's dipping into his savings a little bit, and that's what dad's worried about, but we don't have that information, so we're going to put that off to the side, okay?
Yeah.
I agree with you. I don't think he was overreacting. The only thing I will say, and this is because this is something that I have realized after intercourses.
After intercourse,
after-
wow. Okay, EP.
This is something that I've realized just after interactions that I have had, in which, now I get it. Sometimes you just get so mad you have to leave, right? But if you're not at the seeing the redness phase of it yet, then you need to just say, hey, you can stop or I'm going to leave. That's not me threatening you. That's me just letting you know where my boundary is, essentially.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's because, like I said before, I would do the same thing. I would get into it with somebody and I would feel like I wasn't making any headway and they weren't doing anything to alleviate the situation either, right? Like, it's 50-50. We're both just being real headstrong. And as a result, I was like, well, screw it. This is not going anywhere and it's doing nothing but frustrating me. So I'm leaving, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I now realize, as I'm an old 40-ish year old man child, that it would probably be more productive if in those moments I was able to pull in a little bit and just be like, hey, you, in my opinion, are crossing a line. I am now setting this boundary and letting you know, if you do not change course, then this conversation is over and I'm going to leave because I don't feel like what you're doing is good for me on any kind of level.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get that. And it's,
and
he
the real important
probably,
thing,
yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's probably like the son doesn't have that emotional intelligence yet, because he's still, what was he, 26, 28 or something, right? 28?
Something
Whatever.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get it.
I don't want to pull it back up. So let's just, he's late 20s or
26 or 28.
whatever,
One of
man.
there.
Like,
No, it's 26 or 28, right?
okay. Oh my God. No, you're right about that. And honestly, that's something that I can't fault him for not having that emotional intelligence, because that's something that I honestly wouldn't have realized, if I hadn't gone through similar situations, but also I didn't realize something like that until I was in my late 30s. So,
Yeah. Yep.
it is, yeah.
Fair.
So, but now I'm just like, damn, that's going to be me essentially. I'm gonna be the 62-year-old dad with the 20 whatever year old son. Like, I'm doing the math.
You're like, damn.
Yeah. When he's 30, I'll be 60. I
mean, that's not terrible.
It's just no, it's not terrible. It just makes me feel even more older. Okay, that's what I'm saying. All right. Speaking of relationships and stuff, I wanted to get your thoughts on this lady's requirements for dating. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this lady's oh god, I gotta get it out of this. So Nico Jenkins wrote, "Never marry a man who is interested in your past, wants you to pay 50-50, or has issues with your kids."
What? Okay, I get the has issue with your kids. I mean, why would you marry a man who has issues with your kids? Your kids, that's literally your kid's stepdad.
That's the one part of this thing that's kind of cogent, right?
Yeah.
Now, I will say, depending on what you mean by interested in your past, right? Because if by interested in your past you mean I want to know how many dicks was up inside you, I want to know how, okay,
that's
now don't get me wrong, like I've said, I want to know your body count. I want to know because I want to make sure that you have a level of experience that will match what I'm bringing to the table. Okay? I don't want to have to be teaching people on the clock, okay? Especially at this, that's why I'm so happy I have the EP, right? Because especially at this age, I'm like a javelin thrower. I know you don't know this, Judy, and most of our listeners probably don't give a shit, but whatever. Javelin throwers are said that they only have X amount of throws in their arm over the course of their career, right? Mm-hmm, so that's how I feel now in the bedroom, right? Like, I know that I have X amount of times that I can still perform in that space, right? And I can't be wasting them on teaching people at this point. Okay, I'm Brett Favre. Yeah. No, I'm not Brett Favre. I don't want to call myself Brett Favre. Ew. Ew. Damn. Who's another? Oh, I'm Tom Brady at the end of his career, right? Where he just like, oh no, I'm Travis Kelce. This is even better. Travis Kelce. I know that I can't give a full 18 games over the course of a season and the playoffs, but I could turn it up for like 7 or 8 them bitches, right? Like when we really need it, I'll give you $120 and 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
So, all right. So,
yeah, girl, I don't know where you came up with this.
Yeah, so but other than
criteria,
and though I almost have because the other two, because the first one makes so much sense, right? And because it depends on how you're talking about the first one, but I can see how that one would be very also just very sensible. The second one almost makes me feel like it's not that she's saying that he has to pay, but that it's like he never offers to pay for everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you get what I'm saying? Same thing. Like I'm sure when you were dating, right? If at any point, and this is honestly, this is where she starts making sense. And I'm sorry about that. I'm about to drop some knowledge on y'all, but she's about to make sense, okay? If when you and Keith started dating, right? You go on your first date, you get, you got like some fucking chicken wings or some boba tea or some, I don't know, maybe you went to Buc-ee's, whatever. If when the check came, if he didn't grab the bill to pay for it, I'm not saying that you wouldn't have paid your half, but I am saying that you would have thought a little less of him.
Yeah, yeah. It's true. I mean, with any guy I ever went on like a first date with, I don't know what it is. It's just something about the first date, yes, that's kind of where
exactly what it is. I know exactly what it is.
it's like,
It's because
is this how our relationship's gonna be moving forward?
Well, so that's part of it, but like, so that's the macro level, right? Mm-hmm. But the micro thing is actually it's just a biological thing, right? This is not uniform across everything. I am obviously generalizing what I'm about to say, but women want to know that their partner is going to take care of them, right? Whether that is, give them love and affection, give them protection, give them financial stability. Like, it's different depending on what it is,
right?
But that's what they want. And so if your initial interaction with it is, oh, he's already making me do half of everything, right? Now, once it's established that the man, I feel like I'm on a goddamn National Geographic documentary. Once the man has established his dominance in the relationship, now the female in turn will take her power back. But yeah, once a man establishes that, right? Whether it is, I'm paying for dinner, don't let a dude cook for a woman and be good. Oh my God. The panties are dropping at the door.
Just show up naked and there's
exactly
type
right
at the house.
So if you cook for them on the first date, that's how they show up on the second date. Just so you guys know, just throwing that out there. But yeah, so once it's established, then the woman at that point will then need to a degree, reestablish her dominance so that it is a 50-50 thing, in letting them know, hey, I don't need you to be my protector all the time. I don't need you to be my dad. I want you to be my daddy. Okay.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
You not wrong. You right.
See? People say women are so complicated. They ain't complicated. They just have a lot more emotions than guys do. Guys have emotions. I'm not saying that we don't. But like for us, it's like we're angry, we're sad, we're happy. For women, it's like how Eskimos have 13 different ways to say snow. It's like, I'm sad happy, I'm happy sad, I'm kind of sad, I'm a sad that's going to make me feel happy at the end, but right now I'm sad. Like, it's just, there's so many different levels to it.
Also true, yes.
Right.
It's like I'm mad, but I'm also like happy. I don't know how to like explain this to you.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So like, but once you actually just understand that women aren't complicated, just they are emotionally complex, right? Things get a lot more simple because you stop thinking of a woman as this puzzle that is inherently impossible to solve, and you realize, oh no, she's just kind of crazy, and you just got to put that crazy to the side and deal with the rest of it, and you're good to go.
There we go. Good job.
Oh man. So going back to this lady, I think she might have a point actually. I'm saying if you look at everything, never marry a man who cares about how many dicks you've had, who wants you to pay the first bill, and who has an issue with your kids. Nico Jenkins, I think we acquitted you.
Like, okay. You know what? We take back what we just said. After we talked it through, right?
You good. At Nikki Mommy, you good people. Okay, you good people. All right. Judy.
Oh my God.
You weren't here 3 weeks ago. when I showed the world, the world of 63 YouTube subscribers and 7 podcast listeners.
Yes.
I debuted this to the world, the sport of Run It, my favorite new sport.
Yes.
Oh. Every time they run into each other.
Oh my God.
One more time, I'm sorry.
3, 2, 1, run it!
Oh God, I love it so much. So 3 weeks ago, I introduced the world to that, and now I have found, I don't want to say like this is the follow to it, because this is like kind of, if you're American based, let's say, because I know Run It is more of a New Zealand thing, but if you're American based, this is basically our version of it. It's called the Oklahoma drill, right? And this little kid, I mean, the caption on this video says it all. The day he became a point guard, because just watch this, please, Judy. Whoop! He got upended. He did a backflip.
Oh, poor kid.
That little boy has CTE. Right? So I found that, and that led me to this other thing that, depending on the type of parent you are, will tell me like how you're gonna deal with this. Because now it's Oklahoma drills versus parents. A lot of youth football teams do this as like a fun thing. I've seen it a lot where it's even just like moms, and the moms, if you're a tiny mom, you're usually going to lay the wood to your kid, because you're like, oh, all those times I wanted to give you an ass whooping that I just didn't. Oh, it's coming back today. Right.
Right.
But watch, so like, I feel like this first dad, see, he just lines up. Oh my God. The dad didn't even take 2 steps. He dropped his shoulders 6 inches and destroyed his child. Let's watch that.
Oh my
again.
God.
Boop!
I mean, he just like stood there.
Uh-huh. See, now that one, that's a good one, right? It looks much worse than it actually was. If you see, this dad is so the first dad is one who will beat the shit out of his kids if he did something wrong, right? That's the kind of dad that is. I'm not saying he doesn't love you, but oh God, you got 3 Fs, the belt is coming off, okay? This next dad is a stern but nurturing father, right? You're going to get a lot of talking to. You're going to have to do a lot of extra hard work if you do some dumb shit. But he's not going to raise his hand to you, because look, he gently scoops and then just lays him on the ground, moves his body to the side so he doesn't land on the kid. That's a good dad right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This dad is a YN, okay? This kid knew, my dad is gonna fuck me up. I am not going through this. The kid immediately ran to the parking lot. He immediately runs to the parking lot because Mr. YN was gonna blast on him.
No.
Look, he's chasing him. And he's chasing him. Oh, you little pussy, I'm just going to push you now. Right?
That's YN.
And then we got a mom. Oh, man. See?
Oh, Mom, you tried.
So that's the thing. No, she didn't. Right?
She didn't.
And
Yeah,
so
you're right.
that's
You're
why
right.
I feel like she is one of those lax parents. She is one of those parents that lets her kid gets away with whatever. He's climbing on the chairs at the restaurant, making all kinds of noise, and she's just like, oh my God, he's so creative, isn't he? I love it. I love it so much. Be your best version of yourself, Sky Vase.
Oh, man.
All right. Okay, so that one, this is a mom similar to the other one, but she's also like, she's the social media version, right? Because you see how she was doing everything like extra. She hits him on the top of
Yeah.
the head,
Yeah.
she's running all clown. Like that's the mom that puts everything onto social media, and everything is content for her.
Yes.
And the kid is running away from her as fast as he can. Did you see that? I'm free.
I'm not gonna be on this TikTok. Oh man.
See, and then they do it again even, and she does the same kind of shit. Still running around like a fucking mime. It's just, yes, thankfully someone went down. Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
Oh,
okay.
man. That's good.
So that one, this is a dad who had his kid a little too early in life. And so the dynamic between them is more of a brother-son or brother-brother relationship. Like, don't get me wrong, they still have a father-son respect for each other, but it's brother-brother thing. Because unlike the first dad, who just was like, come get this ass whooping, you know what's coming. This one, he was having fun. He just got a little overexerted and, put too much into it. Just like you would with your an older brother tackling his younger brother, right? He wasn't trying to put him in the hospital. He was just excited that he had the possibility to do so. And we have the dad that lets his kid get away with everything, just like the mom who lets his kid get away with everything. Gave him a fucking hug on the way down.
Oh my God, that's good.
And then let's see, we have one. Oh, we all know what kind of mom that is. We all know remember the dad at the beginning?
Yes.
That's called a bookend, baby. We started with an old head. We finish it with an old head. Woo. The thing I love too that you could see, it's blurry as fuck, but you see, look at the smile on her face right here. She was so happy.
She's like, yeah, I did that.
Oh my God. So everybody, I just want you all to know, I just gave you a very well thought out process of how tackling drills can relate to parenting. So maybe the next time I debut a great sport to the world, maybe you just don't think of it as, oh, Ryan's just promoting CTE. Oh, Ryan just wants to see two massive pieces of meat slap each other around. Oh, Ryan just wants to see car crashes. Maybe you give me some goddamn flowers and you understand the psychology behind everything. Okay? Judy, do you think they bought that?
Maybe. It was a little convincing. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'm going to cut this part out. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I love watching slabs of meat beat the fuck out of each other. I've been watching Ultimate Fighter clips all day, just like old school ones before they put in regulations and stuff. It's so nice, just blood and bashing and it's so nice. Don't worry, I'm gonna cut all this out because there's psychological stuff to this, guys.
Right. Okay, so love that for you, Ryan.
Judy, you found a thread that was super interesting to me.
Yes. Okay. When I read this, I was like, ooh, let me think about it, because I have this idea where a lot of the shows I watch, I end up really hating the main character, or I just find them like a little more annoying than they should be for being someone like a main character. For example, I don't know if you ever watched the show Weeds, but my God, I got so annoyed with Nancy, and I know she's like the main character of the show, but I'm like, why are you doing the things you do, Nancy?
Okay.
God.
Okay, so real quick before we keep going, what's the thread? Well, I'm gonna come right back to this, but what's the thread actually say?
The thread is: can anyone name a TV show where the main character is the best character?
Okay, so the reason I said speak on that real quick is just because I never thought of it from the perspective of they are the best character and then they like degrade over time, right? Because that's what happened to me when it comes to Weeds. I thought seasons like 1 through up until she burnt her house down, essentially, her character was the best character on that show. Like you could say the stepbrother or brother-in-law or whatever he was like was in there. Kevin Nealon's character was pretty good, obviously. Like it was a really good cast all around. But I feel like you can make an argument that the main actress's character was the best, through the first couple of seasons anyway. Yeah. But then they like go to Mexico and all these other things are, I think at some point someone kills like a coke baroness. Like,
so it gets a little out of control.
Right.
Like how do we go from just being a little small time weed dealer, right?
Made an appearance. Right. So I mean,
something.
So I was just thinking like they're kind of just trash from the get-go. So like for me, it's either they're trash from the get-go or they're just not the best character, right? So like a great example would be, God, I'm so fucking old with what I'm about to reference. The Fonz with Happy Days, right? So he was not meant to be the main character of the show, but he was so popular that by the end of the show, he's easily the number one character and everything like that. Another one, Zach Morris from Saved by the Bell. One of my favorite YouTube channels is just talking about how Zach Morris is trash. If you know, you know. But well, you've watched Saved by the Bell, right?
I have, yes.
So just think about, now I get it. It was supposed to be a live action cartoon, but think about like all the things that Zach would do. Like here's an example. He was given money by the school to buy like the graduation bracelets or whatever. And instead of buying the good ones, he went and bought cheap knockoff ones that turned everybody's wrists green, or maybe it was rings or whatever, and it went green, right? And he did that just so he could pocket the rest of the cash.
Yeah.
Like, he did, and that's on the real good side of the bad stuff. Okay, it gets a lot darker from there. All right, there's a reason Dustin Diamond turned out the way he did. Okay, don't get rip, but still.
Yeah.
Okay. But I was thinking, okay, so shows where the main character is the best character.
Yes.
The one that I would say is Batman the Animated Series. That's easy for me. Like the gentleman, I cannot remember his name right now. My nerd friends are going to yell at me. But the guy who played Batman and Bruce Wayne in that show even though he was a voice actor, is considered by many to be the best iteration of Batman, right? Because he did such a good job with that character. So that's the first one. Give me one. I'm trying to remember some other ones.
So my first thought that came up was Ted in Ted Lasso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, Ted is the best.
I haven't watched it. I've only watched clips, right?
Okay.
So I wouldn't agree with that, but I also completely understand why you would say that. Like, Ted is fine. He's just pure goodness or whatever, right? Unless he goes to the bad place. I saw a clip where he goes to the bad place and blacks out.
Oh, and he has his anxiety phase, yeah.
Is that what that is when he blacks out and he just becomes a bad person because he's anxious?
He doesn't become a bad person.
No, that's what I'm saying. Not bad person, but there was an episode where he was like, I have to do the thing. And he goes to, and his other coach is like, all right, well, I'll get you out of it when it's time. and then he just becomes like a hard ass coach for like 3 days or whatever. And then finally, when it gets to the amount where it's just too much, maybe I'm seeing clips from a season you haven't seen. I don't know. But
No, I've seen them all, but I'm trying to piece together which
when it
parts
gets to be too
missing.
much, his fucking Tolkien troll of an assistant coach is like, yo, that's enough, and like slaps him in the face or something like that. And then he's like, oh my God, how long was I out for this time?
Okay, no, I think we're talking about a different part. I was like, wait, that's not his depression anxiety phase.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
But for me, my favorite character is, and this is just, it tells you so much about me, is the scruffy old veteran who I think at some point becomes a coach. Roy?
Roy Kent. Mm-hmm.
Roy Kent. Yeah, Roy Kent's my favorite. He's just like, I identify with him on so many levels. He's just quieter than I am.
He's fun. He is fun. He's fun. But let me see. Okay, so let me read you some of people's responses to this thread.
Okay.
Okay, I never watched this, but I know you did. Someone said Firefly. I don't know who the main character was in Firefly.
Nathan Fillion. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean that's a tough one because it was such a good cast in general. Like if I'm not gonna go through the list right now, but if you look at it, but I mean, yeah, Nathan Fillion is always gonna be my favorite main guy. He's like that's my Hollywood crush right there. Okay.
Let me see. Someone said Will, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know. Yeah, he was good, but was he the best character? I think Uncle Phil was still the best character.
Yeah, well, no, I would disagree with you on that. Just like Uncle Phil, I would say Uncle Phil had higher highs, right? Like this episode where Uncle Phil showed that he was a pool shark or whatever. Like that's peak Uncle Phil type stuff, right?
Yeah,
but there was also, because he was the parental figure on the show, so there was a lot of him having to be the heavy, right? As you would say.
Yes.
I would say the closest, it's Will, only because the person I'm about to talk about didn't get nearly as much screen time. Right, so it is Will, but the person who it should have been is Jeffrey. Jeffrey was the fucking goat of that show. The black butler to the black family, and he's from England. He's talking shit all the time. So speaking of Fresh Prince, right? I was talking to Game Nerd TE1 or Gamer Nerd or whatever the fuck it is. I was talking to Deontay, and he let me know. So we were talking about Fresh Prince, and I was like, yeah, because we were talking about like if we got uniforms at work or something, and I was like, well, I'm gonna pull the Fresh Prince. I'm gonna take the blazer and put it inside out. And he looks at me and he just goes, "That's what he did." I'm like, yeah, that's he was. His mind was blown in hearing this information. He did the thing that we all do as kids, where like we didn't see the scene where it happened, so we just make it make sense in our head because we're children and things don't always have to logically work. So in his head, Will just got a different jacket because he was
like a whole different jacket because yeah.
Okay. So Will from Fresh Prince, he definitely gets that one. Here's another one for you. Now, we're going bottom of the barrel as far as other contestants go. Mitch Buchanan, Baywatch.
Oh, I never watched Baywatch.
Well, he's the only one who lasted for like all 12 seasons. If you want to say Pam Anderson, she was only there for 3 years. She can't be the best if she's only there for 3 years. Not to mention, Mitch saves everyone. Even the people he doesn't save, he somehow saved because he's that fucking great, okay?
Okay. I don't know. I'm looking at these other ones and...
Well, just hit me with them because I've watched a lot of those shit.
Okay. Someone said Eleanor in The Good Place. Kristen Bell's character.
Oh yeah.
Was
No, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, like
could
that's
see
another
that.
one. That's another one where it's the cast is so good, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going against Ted Danson and the actor who played Chidi, and even the hot
Yes.
Indian chick. Like,
Yes.
by the way, I've been on a real Bollywood kick lately. Like,
Oh.
so much Bollywood has just been playing in my house. Thank God I married a Mexican. Otherwise, I would be fiending over these Indian bitches. Like, God damn. I'm watching all of these and I'm just like, God. You know? And then I realized, like, because it's like there's a lot of similar features, right? Like with the lighter brown skin, you know what I'm saying? Like, compared to black people, it's lighter brown, right? Are you don't get what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying. It's just the way you're describing it. It's
I
just so
know,
funny to me.
I know.
You know the lighter brown.
Because to me, I don't want to say black skin, because black people aren't black. It's just like, look, what you have in your hand right now is fucking black. What you're wearing is black. Your hair is black. But that is not what my African brothers and sisters look like, okay? They are
I
dark
get it.
brown.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to defend myself now, Judy, okay?
I didn't even say anything.
No, but I'll put it this way. It just, to me, it appears that a lot of Indian and Mexican feature or Latina features are very similar, and I likes. I likes a lot.
You like what you like. We get it.
Yeah.
We understand.
All right. Any other shows?
Sorry. Someone said That's So Raven. Yeah. Like I'll agree with that one. Okay. I don't know if you ever watched that. I was a big That's So Raven fan.
It's a Disney show though. Like that shouldn't count.
You literally said a Batman animated show. Why couldn't a Disney show count?
Which is critically acclaimed, okay?
Okay.
Nobody's acclaiming That's So Raven except for fucking the crazy guy who goes around talking about how he got diddied by everybody. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, no. The guy cast member, what's his name?
Sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. I forgot we were talking about That's So Raven. Yes. Orlando Brown.
Yes, Orlando Brown just be going around everywhere, just talking about how.
Oh no, he be talking about a lot of stuff. Yeah, poor guy.
Oh, all right. Anything else?
No. Someone said Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and that's kind of the cast was just too good for me to say that Jake was the best character.
Look, I'm not a huge fan of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh my God, I am.
No. So here's the thing. That is a show where I fully understand why people like it. It's good enough. Like, I'm not saying I hate it. It's not for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the EP loves it. She'll watch it all the time. So it can be on around me. It's just that it is such a cartoon. Like, look, I want my cartoon. I'm an anime kid, okay? I'm at the point in life where I want my cartoons to have a little bit of nuance to them, okay? Yeah, this bald guy who wears rubber gloves and a yellow jumpsuit can punch anything one time and completely destroy it. But how's that make him feel on the inside? How are his emotions with that? That's a real anime I just described, by the way.
I believe you.
I'm going to pull it up for you now.
Oh my God.
Hold on, you're going to love it. All right, here we go. One Punch Man literally can destroy anyone with one punch.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry. I fucking hate AI. Look at what they did. They put Jason Statham in a fucking One Punch Man outfit. AI, you've gone too far.
They do these makeshift live action trailers.
Oh God! But you see what I'm saying? Look, he has that stupid yellow jumpsuit. He has rubber gloves, and he's bald. And I'm pretty sure that his cape is like a fucking a table cover. So
That's good. I'm sorry, I never watched any
no, it's okay.
animes like that.
I'm just saying. For me, like, yes, I critically acclaimed. Okay, like, yes, I watch Batman, but I need it to have some nuance to it, Judy. Okay.
Okay, you're right. Oh, speaking of Batman, the main character was played by Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy, thank you, Kevin
You're welcome.
Conroy. I'm sure
I have no idea who that man is.
Well, first off, rip. And second, he was just a really, really great voice actor. And like I said, a lot of people who are huge Batman fans consider him to be the quintessential version of both Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Okay, we're running way low on time. So let's get this Paycheck lady up here.
Okay.
All right. Where is she? Oh no. Where? Oh, here we go. Okay. I just didn't put her. All right. So, Judy, this lady is about to do what now?
So she talks about budgeting her husband's paycheck. They're a one-income household, and I just want you to listen to how she budgets her husband's paycheck.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh. It would help if I unmute it because it was playing on its own earlier.
It's payday. Let's go spend all my husband's money with me. We're a single income family, and my husband got his paycheck of $1,968.
Can I just say real quick, the voice, I'm sure it's sped up or whatever, but the voice is already making me feel that she's an annoying person. Okay.
Yes.
It's almost like a fucking moped that some kid is revving outside of your apartment at 3 a.m. All right, sorry.
Okay. Yes.
For 2 weeks. So let's go spend it. Starting off, we still owe about $600 on a mortgage, so going to pay that off, followed by a Costco run, which we're estimating about $475 there. We'll do our monthly church donation of $400, followed by our electric bill of $182. Next up, we got our groceries of $100, and we have some car maintenance. My husband needs some things on his truck, which is $150. Last but not least, I'm guessing we're gonna spend about $60 on gas. That leaves the remaining $1.61 left over, so not a whole lot, but we should have a check coming in the next couple of days.
Okay, so I think I missed something in
Yes.
there because you had specifically said she
By a Costco run, which we're estimating
Costco
about $475 there. We'll do our monthly church donation of $400.
monthly church
Yes.
donation of
That was it.
$400. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm of two minds on this one. Okay. So A, you got to get into heaven somehow. Okay. If the only way that I can guarantee that me and my family get in is by slipping the pastor a couple C notes every month. Everyone's got their racket. All right. Every company is the mafia in some way, shape, or form. Okay. So if you gotta do that so that them pearly gates slide open, I get it. The other thing I will say real quick is yes, she was talking about his 2-week paycheck, right?
Yeah.
But she also was talking about her bills as a monthly thing, right? So my point in saying that is when she was talking about her mortgage, she was saying we have $600 to pay off, which to me says that you take $600 out of each paycheck and it's $1,200.
Each paycheck goes.
But
yes.
But for this one, she only uses this one paycheck to do the church donation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I would like to know how much, if anything, is being saved on that other check that they get, right?
Right.
Because if you're pocketing $400 in the first check, and then you're just, I still think that full disclosure, I still think $400 to the church is a lot of money. Okay,
I think so too.
Of money.
Yes.
But if you're pocketing $400 for yourself, it's more feasible, right? That you're then giving away $400 to the church or donating. Let's not be crass, Ryan. Stupid fuck. But yes, that you're donating that much. But yeah, like that still just seems like a lot.
It's
in my
right.
opinion.
I mean, I get it. Maybe like 100 a month.
I could even see
like,
200 because you're like doing
Yeah,
$50 a week essentially.
Right. It's, I don't know. And I get it. It's whatever, different strokes for different folks type thing. But I personally would not see myself donating that much to.
Like, to me, it is such an absurd amount. I'm now doing the thing where I'm trying to just come up with reasons that it would be okay for them to be like, maybe they're doing a fundraiser and it's a fundraiser that's going over like 12 months or whatever because they're trying to get a new church built or so. Like, I really, really hope that there is more to it than that.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I hope that, like I said, on the other end of the other paycheck, like they are able to save like $400, $500, $600 or something like that. I hope that it's something like that going on and that they are not just giving themselves 61 cents at the end of every paycheck and still donating that much money to the church.
Yes.
It is great to do. It is so exemplary of what we should be in our society and by giving and, and looking out for other people. But if you're doing it to the detriment of yourself and you put yourself in a place where you if one thing goes wrong, it's not like the church is going to, I mean, maybe they got one of those things where it's like we help families in need or whatever because
I sure hope so.
Because some fucking idiot gives us $1,500 every month. So we just have a surplus of cash hanging out.
Yeah.
Right?
And like the church is not just pocketing your money type thing.
Right. So
I did have a question. Are donations to churches considered taxable?
Tax deductible.
Or tax deductible at the end?
Yeah.
It is?
Yes. So
I guess I could see
maybe that's part of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, for for a year it's $4,800. Okay,
so,
I mean sure, that might help them at when tax comes, but still.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either way.
It's still too much for
I'm just gonna assume that is his small check, and then he bonuses on his other check, and his other check is like $5,000, and they put half of that in the bank. How about that?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
That does it for this week's conversation. Thank you guys so much for eavesdropping on us, because you're the eavesdroppers. Get what I did?
Yeah, dirty.
I'm so funny. I'm just so funny.
You made it sound so dirty.
That's right, because they're little voyeurs. Yes, they are. Oh, but thank you guys so much for listening. We appreciate you so much. And I know that we've kept you over the normal allotment of time, so I'm just going to let you go. But like I said, we appreciate you, and we will see you on the next conversation with Judy and Ryan. Bye.
Bye.